I'm Peter Maxwell, and welcome to Maxwell's Cattle Company. This is our herd, so we have a full-blood Wagyu bull. He's our third. A lot of the black cows with the blue tags are Angus cows. The ones with the orange are half and half or 3/4. So we have a mix of 3/4 and half Wagyu Angus. We're trying to get to 3/4 or 7/8. We started this program about 3.5, 4 years ago. This is our 4th summer. And then after watching Greg Judy and Joel Salatin, we started the rotational grazing. This fall will be our 4th application of SureGrow and then our 2nd application of MicroBurst on our pastures. So we believe in doing everything natural. So we do regenerative farming. So we move our cattle and don't let them strip graze a pasture. Right now, we try to get about 4 acres for every 2 days, and then we move them. And you'll see how they're just having a blast. We just moved them into this pasture about 3 days ago. We have Lespedeza, a red clover, brome, fescue, and a little bit of weed mixed in here. Since I walk the herd every day, you see how close they are. They're pretty docile. We think that regenerative farming, along with the SureGrow, is really taking our pastures to the next level. We don't use any herbicide or pesticide on our pastures, just SureGrow and MicroBurst. We do get a little bit of weed pressure once we've grazed them through, so we'll mow every once in a while, but we don't like to. But the MicroBurst basically breaks all that down into carbon that goes into the soil. One of the things that we know for sure why it's working is this is the first summer that we've had an overabundance of dung beetles, and they're sort of nature's way of saying, hey, your ecosystem's coming back. So last fall was the first year that we used it, and so what happened was the spring, when we cut some of those seeds open, the seeds were dead. So we know that we're doing a good job with that. It'll take probably 3 or 4 seasons to get those really eradicated because the seed bed is just full of them. The farms that farmers that used to farm this ground row cropped, and they strip mined it of all the nutrients. So it's going to take us a while to get it back to where we want it to be. We sent all our soil samples to K-State, and they're like, you've got a lot of work to do. So, but again, no petroleum-based fertilizers, no pesticides. We just use SureGrow and MicroBurst. And MicroBurst helps keep the weed pressure down, and then the SureGrow just makes the grasses pop. This is the 27th of September. And you can kind of see, normally it's brown. Now we have had some good rain. Normally it's all brown, but we've got a ton of good green grass here. So if we can get into December before we start feeding hay, it's a win-win. So we originally started the Christmas tree farm to help us pay for Quinn's college, but we wanted him to work for it. We didn't want to just hand him money to go to college. So we said, okay, let's do a Christmas tree farm. So we found the acreage. I think we planted our first 2,000 trees right here. And so it wasn't until this spring that I sprayed SureGrow on our trees, and you're getting ready to see some unbelievable growth that we think the SureGrow made all the difference. So some of the trees that are smaller, we planted in between the rows just to save time. And then we literally had 2 or 3 years worth of bad drought, so we lost some trees, so we're a little bit behind. Look at this growth. We sprayed SureGrow on them, the individual tree. We didn't spray the field, we just sprayed the individual tree. And we needed that to help for it to take in the root system and grow down, because trees want to go deep. And we have clay soil here, so we got about 18 inches of good topsoil, and then we hit hard clay. So we want to make sure we had good root structure. And so now this is the first year plantings right here. Is about 2,000 trees. We did lose some to drought, but you can see some of these trees just have some great growth on them. And then you just look at the buds. So next year this will be taller than me. We'll spray them again individually next spring, and then they'll just take off. So you'll sell a Christmas tree when they get 6 to 8 feet tall. So this is our first crop. So these are all 4 years old now. The ones that you see up, and the rest of them we had to fill in because we had drought.
And what kind of trees are these?
These are all Scotch pines. Pretty much the only thing that grows in Kansas. So not only do we use SureGrow and MicroBurst, we use Plus B, which takes care of the insects. So this pasture we didn't get hit at all, but where I buy all my hay, so is 1/8 of a mile from here. After we hayed the property, his basically 120 acres got decimated after we hayed. And so this next year, we're gonna have to drill that 140 acres And as soon as they start coming up, I'm gonna hit it with Sugar to make sure we get it established really well. And then next spring, we'll hit it with Sugar plus B as well. And we'll actually this year do Sugar and MicroBurst, because I get all his hay, so we got about 600 bales this year. With Sugar on it, I think we actually push that if we get some good rain. And then we actually use the probiotics, the Nature's Formula probiotics in the pellets that we give just the steers when we give them 8 pounds of pellets a day, but we use the probiotics from Nature's Formula for their gut health. And our cattle just don't get sick. So these are our steers, and we keep them obviously separated from the herd because we do give them 8 pounds of pellets a day, but that's all they get. The rest is grass-fed, grass-finished. That just gives them a little bit of more marble, but we're not pumping them full of 40 or 50 pounds of corn or feed a day. And they're pellets that we design with the probiotics in it. The third one in was blind after about 10 days of being born. And so we squirted MB1 in his eyes and then gave him a shot behind the ear. And within a month, he was fine. So he's not blind anymore. But you can see the growth on them. And the next crop is due, we're due to take them to processing in December. So they got about 3 or 4 more months. But the one right here, 42 looking at you, was the one that was blind. And he's not blind anymore. So and we don't know why he got just a bad case of pink eye when he was born, but he's fine now. You know, whenever you take energy off a pasture, you got to put it back on. So when people hay, if you're not fertilizing after you hay, you're taking all that energy off. So you've got to do something to bring it back. So we're doing it the natural way. The probiotics, our cows don't get sick. If you look at some of Mr. Greg Judy's videos and Mr. Joel Salatin's videos, they'll tell you a perfect patty looks like it makes a little bitty mud puddle in the middle of their patty. That means they're healthy, and ours do that all the time. Ours don't get sick because of our probiotics that we put in them from Nature's Formula, the MB1 program. So they're doing it right, and they've helped us a ton. Why would I stop? I mean, we haven't used anything else, so if it's not broke, don't fix it, right? So seriously, the price is, think about if you have cows that you lose because you didn't take care of them correctly. So just the Sugar with the MicroBurst, I mean, we're probably at 1/3 of the cost of petroleum-based fertilizers, and then you've got weed control, which is unbelievable. And so we're at 1/3 of that cost. So a cow-calf operation, you've got to watch every penny. And so Nature's Formula is perfect for the people that are starting out. And even for the bigger herds, but a lot of times you can't get farmers and ranchers to change the way they've done business for so long. I've been a row crop farmer before when I was a kid. We just started the cow-calf operation about 5 years ago. So 4 to 5 years ago, that's where we are. And we've got a great herd of 85. We'll hit 100 this year before the end of the year. And we'll hit probably about 145, 150 next year. And that's where we want to be.